All right, welcome everybody to another episode of XN Interviews. This week's guest, I've got Marcus Pack joining us, and alongside me, I've got JX. How you doing, fellas?
Good.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah, so Marcus, let's go ahead and get the interview started. Um, how long have you been playing MCOC, and what kind of got you into streaming and creating a YouTube and getting involved with the community?
So I started playing MCOC the first day it came out. I remember so vividly. I remember I was coming home from one of my college classes, and I saw on Twitter that they had come out with a fighting game similar to like a Mortal Kombat style fighting game on mobile, and I was like, you know what, I'll give it a try because I love Marvel, and just since that day I've been playing like literally nonstop with very little at at no breaks. And I started Twitch maybe about 4 months ago, just as something fun, and it kind of just started growing from there. And now we're 4 months in, just having a lot of fun.
Right on, dude. So, once you got
Now we're
in
4 months in, just having a lot of
into
fun.
creating a community of people and stuff like that, what made you want to sort of branch out and get involved with the Futurism Society and creating that sort of branch?
So it was on one stream on one of my Twitch streams. I was talking to Turkey. If you guys don't know Turkey, on Twitter and everything, amazing guy. He's in the chat right now. Um, he, we had started talking about reaching out because I had been wanting to reach out to Gabe to start something and like collab on something, and so I started a group chat of me, Gabe, Turkey, and I think Jim Cassidy on Twitter as well. And then from there, we were kind of just like, let's try to reach out to this person, see if they're wanting to join in. And just like everybody was so on board with it. And it became this one little thing that I wanted to do a small little collaboration with other MCSC Dave. And it just skyrocketed into Futurism Society that we know today.
Right on. So right now you guys have the bracket system going on. How many weeks are we into that now?
We are week 3. We're into
Week.
week 3 of the tournament.
Right on. So you every week you've been putting out a little video. Can you describe in a few words what those are like?
So those videos are pretty fun, and it started off as I really wanted to do like this kind of like ESPN style, like in UFC right before the fight they have the tail of the tape, and that's what I kind of wanted to do for these matchups. And I wanted to maybe do like one or two matches, and then it kind of was like maybe I can do a whole video of like the weekly matches, and then every week I just started adding more and more, and then I started the whole like Marcus verse thing and as like a one-off thing. It was just supposed to be like one video, and people dug it, so I just kept doing it, and I'll still keep doing it and adding new different Marcuses every week, with little Easter eggs here and there for all the comics fans and stuff.
Right on. Those are pretty funny. Which Marcus is your favorite so far?
I like I like the most recent one, the Earth 1191 one from where Bishop. It says Bishop's home Earth.
Yeah. Okay.
With the Sons of Rebellion and all that stuff. I think that one's my favorite because obviously he had this one actually has powers. He doesn't have to use his interdimensional watch. That's my
Nice.
favorite.
Nice. So the videos are pretty short. You kind of describe each vote that's going on throughout the Twitter, and are you just gonna keep continuing to add more Marcuses, or is there only gonna be like 4 or 5 Marcuses just around the Twitterverse?
I plan on doing a new Marcus every week, and then well maybe when we get to around 10 of them, there'll be something new. There'll be something new. I have a small plan for that.
All
Um,
right.
because we are gonna hit a week 10, so we will have to get into that later on. But it's gonna be pretty fun
Right
if
on.
all the editing comes well together.
Yeah. So now that I guess we're 3 weeks into it, has there been a prize announced for the winner of the tournament?
We have not come down with the prize yet. We do know that we are reaching out to people to try to see if we can get different types of prizes. But I know there's going to be some sort of like Marvel Insider Prize. Uh, but that's pretty much the only thing we have set in stone right now. I think in the next 2 weeks or so, we should have a more concrete plan on the prizes. But we do have some cool ones planned. We I just don't want to say anything if they're not set in stone.
Right. No, that's cool. Um, so yeah, dude, you just ended a 2.5 hour stream with the incursions tournament. Do you know who you're going up against this week?
Yeah, so this week we have we are going up against Satria. They didn't do a seeding round, so me and Slayer were kind of like we don't know where it's gonna go. They can either be super god tier players and like reach like zone 15, or you know crack like zone 8 or something. So we don't really know, but I think we had a pretty good outing on that one. We got some pretty crappy RNG on the bosses, but I still think we did pretty good. Shout out to Slayer.
Yeah. So you guys got to what, zone 11?
Yeah, zone
Okay.
11, right? Literally, like I think the boss had like 60,000 HP or something. Super close, man.
Yeah. What round did you get to in your seating round
Same
or
thing.
zone?
Same thing. I
Zone
think
11.
yeah, zone 11, but I think only one of us reached the boss and the other person died at the mini boss. I forgot how it went, but we reached the same thing.
Okay. Nice. So JX, do you have anything right now?
Sorry, I was posting the link everywhere possibly.
No, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So you've been like, how has it? So like I said, you were a day one player. I actually didn't know this, but how has it been for your journey from the day one to now?
It it's been real fun, man. Like I remember the whole 12.0 debacle and all that stuff, and I vividly remember back then when like skill champs had advantage over tech. That's how old that's how long time I've been playing this game. I remember like I used to use Hawkeye against Iron Man. It wasn't very long, but I remember the skill champions did have an advantage. It was really weird. Um, and I remember like there was no shards. Like it was really hard to get certain champions like early on in the game, and then they added shards, and it just became exponentially easier to progress. But it's been fun.
Yeah, so since you have been a day one player, is there any memorable moments that you've had since the contest has come out?
Oh man, I mean, I'll still remember the day I beat the collector, the first collector. I used Hyperion, I think, as a 4 star, like rank 3 or some rank 3 or rank 4 back then. And of course the Abyss of Legend stream, like that for me was like the top of my MCOC career right there. That was so much fun.
Legendary.
Yeah, so you want to talk about your Abyss stream a little bit? I mean, you went in with Cable and Apocalypse. I don't really know what the synergy does. Could you break that down for us?
Yeah, so as long as you have a 4 star Apocalypse, Cable deals degen damage. Like, okay, so Cable normally deals degen damage off a heavy attack. Only one, non-stacking. But with APOC, he can deal stacking debuff damage on each heavy attack. And each heavy attack has 2 hits, so each heavy was a double stack hit. So each heavy was, and the damage from that point on is just insane, insane. So when that came out, I remember thinking because I never had Aegon. I never had Aegon, so I was thinking this guy could be my key to Abyss. And I remember I tested this guy for like a month, and I came to the conclusion that he was gonna work. And I remember I was posting videos on Twitter all the time, and people were like, "Dude, like this can actually work." And from that point on, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna commit, and I started grinding like revives and stuff, and it went spectacular. Cable was really, really great for the easy path in Abyss.
Nice, dude. Um, so another thing, since you've been playing for the game for 6 years, um, it seems like classes have shifted since the beginning of the game. Like more powerful champion versus over here. Do you feel the same way, or do you feel different?
I I honestly think that the class has been pretty much the same in the dominant classes. Cosmic has still been very dominant, but I think in the past like 2 years or so, Mutant has exponentially gone like through the roof. I remember like early on, um, the Mutant class had very, very little champions that were good. And now it's like all the good champions are in the Mutant class. So I think if there was ever a big change from like day one to now, the Mutant class has like had a crazy, crazy growth and like, quote unquote god tier champions.
Yeah. So, with that being said, do you think that there's going to be more rebalances, reworks for other older champions versus bringing in champions that are already at a higher PI?
Yeah, like I honestly I think that for sure the science class is probably the most needing of the reworks when it comes to champions. Science, because skilled champions are still there's still a lot of good skilled champions, but I think science a lot of the science champions are really lacking, especially the older ones. Like I can't think of any of the early science champions that are still really being used today, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
even like Hawkeye as a champion still gets pretty good use nowadays compared to like a Hulk or an Abomination.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, especially whenever they're adding champs like Apocalypse and Professor X and Tigra that can just handle so much other content, and you have Miles Morales that's been sitting there for 2 or 3 years that really hasn't been able to do much since he's been out, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
and especially Miles. Like Miles, like I am a huge Spider-Man fan. I've read pretty much every Spider-Man comic, especially the Ultimate Universe. Like that is my thing. The Ultimate Spider-Man comics are my all-time favorite. Um, so just seeing Miles Morales not live to his potential, it really bugs me. This guy could be an amazing champion, even if he's not god tier. There's so much that he should have in his kit that he doesn't have. Than just it. They just that guy needs a buff.
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah. Miles Morales would remind me more of like a stealthy, but he would still be the science class. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think he'd be better stealthy. I mean, he's got so much more in his kit than stealthy should have.
Oh
Honestly.
yeah, he could go invisible. He has that shock damage. I mean, there's a lot of different things they could do with that, but it seems like just like a swing and a miss and a missed opportunity.
Uh, what do you call it? Turkey in chat said Luke Cage and Spider Gwen still get used. But you got to remember that those guys got reworked.
Yeah.
Those guys
Yeah,
got reworked. So that just goes to show like a lot of these early science champions that
no, but I remember when Spider Gwen her special one was an
Yeah.
evade.
That was.
You know,
I
yeah,
hated that.
like what were you supposed to do with that? I mean, you really couldn't do anything.
yeah,
But
I still remember that fight right before the collector with her unblockable SP1, and it was was just an evade SB1. I thought it was like the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
And now like players don't see that. Players are like going in there like, damn it, unblockable SB1 Spider Gwen. But like back then for us, it was like a laughable thing.
Yeah, totally. Um, so you were featured in the 6-year video. Did Kabam reach out to you before they had put you in that, or did they just throw you in there?
So Slayer said, "Come on, Marco, tell us what the tales of your legendary abyss run with cable." I'm about to. I'm about to. So I posted that video to Kabam Mike, uh, and Kabam Mike like instantly DM'd me about it, and I sent over my stuff, and I got back to him quickly because like I really wanted to be in this video. Like this is probably my favorite game, and like just being featured in anything Marvel is like just I just love it. So I was super excited. I remember I was at work that morning and my phone was blowing up. My phone was blowing up because people were like, "Oh my god, dude, like you're in the video, like you made the video." And I was like, "What are you guys talking about?" And I remember I like went to the break room real quick because I wanted to watch it, and I saw it, and I was like, "Dude, I actually made the video," and I was like super hyped about it, even just for that little bit, and just seeing Cable there, and you know, especially like right before Seedon, Seedon was the first person to complete it. Like it was just an awesome thing to see, man. Like super awesome.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. What did you get at the end of your abyss?
Uh, so the whole time, this whole like 2 month planning that went into Abyss was with Cable this, Cable that, and I always said like after every stream, like if I get Aegon, I'm probably not gonna use Cable. If I get Aegon, I'm probably not gonna use Cable. And everybody was like, "Don't get Aegon." People were like cursing me not to get Aegon because they wanted to see Cable, and I'm glad I did Cable. Honestly, I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't have Aegon. And I opened my 6-star crystals, and my first 6-star crystal was Warlock, and I was super hyped about that. And then all the rest of my stuff was trash, complete garbage. And I got a Cosmic tier 5 CC, and I had like only Angela, so I was like super devastated by that. And then I had like almost 40 people on stream at that time, so I was like, you know what? I'll pop a Cavalier crystal for everybody, and we'll go for it. We'll just go for Cavalier Crystal and just end the stream that way. And with that Cavalier Crystal, I pulled Aegon, and I thought it was the funniest thing that I pulled Aegon literally right after. Not even within like 15 minutes of finishing my Abyss run, and I pulled it.
Wow, that's crazy. Did you awaken him immediately?
Oh yeah, I weakened immediately. I took him to like Sig 100, and now I have him at Sig 200.
Nice, nice. So, do you rank up your 4 stars for the objectives, the new objectives, to get the T5CC?
Yeah, so I do those challenges. I think the only month I didn't do it was the Cosmic Ghost Rider month, because that was the month I was doing my Abyss run, and I was just like kind of fried. So I think that's the only time I didn't do it. I just like I don't even think I 100%. I think that's the only time I didn't 100% Cav, was that month, because I was just like completely fried. But I've been trying to get T5CC pretty much every chance I get. I'm gonna be 100%ing book 2 as well, and that, by the way, is just book 2 is so much fun, man.
Um, are you a Thronebreaker?
I am a Thronebreaker. Yeah, I ended up using the T5CC on Angela to go Thronebreaker before Cyber Weekend,
Yeah.
and I'm so glad I did, because the Thronebreaker dailies are so good, and
And
it's just
the
you
Cyber Weekend deals were just there, weren't they?
yeah, they were really good.
Too good.
I think I pulled. I think the only good 6-star I got from the 6-star Nexuses, I got 18/20/99. I
Nice.
got like Dormammu. Dormammu's pretty cool, but I'm not really gonna use
Yeah.
it much. 29 was good. Oh, Hulkbuster.
Oh yeah,
Hulkbuster too.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Right on, dude. JX, you got any questions?
Um, yeah. So I had some questions about the Future Society. Since we have already gone over, incursions, that you're day one player, and yeah, like what's the future of the Futurism Society for you specifically? I know we do have the tournament at the Battle Realm, or tournament, the future tournament at the Battle Realm going on right now. But what's kind of after that, and what's your whole role in the future?
So my role in the Future Society, when it started, was literally just putting it together, and then from there on, we kind of like seeing the Future Society as like there's no like definite leader here. We're like all working on one common thing, and we're all helping out each other because we don't want it to get to the point where there's like one leader that has to okay everything. Where we're just like kind of like a group think that when we have cool ideas, we get a couple of okays and we just do it. And that's just the way we've been running it since it started, and it's been going so smooth, and everybody's been super supportive about it. With the help of people like Katie Candy, Dragon, um, all those people. It's been a lot of fun. And for the future, we do plan on doing another tournament in March
Okay.
because this tournament should end around mid-January.
Okay.
So we'll probably
Nice.
take a little break, do another tournament in March, and then I've talked to some other people in the society. We want to do an incursions tournament eventually,
Nice. Yeah.
um, but we'll probably wait. Of course, for a while. Maybe like we're talking maybe not till like summertime. We want to do one, or maybe we'll do like a summer showdown or something, some kind of incursions society or society showdown maybe.
Ooh.
That's
The
something I want
Summoner
to
Summer Showdown.
do. Yeah, that's something I want to do um, as well.
Right on.
Those are so much fun, man. Those
You
watch
get
showdowns, they've been a lot of fun.
yeah. You guys have talked about doing a podcast for the Futurism Society. Have you guys released any episodes?
We have not yet. We're still trying to get a core group of people that are going to be able to do it. But we do plan on starting it. I think we talked like tentatively January. Once we
Okay.
get all this stuff together and we figure out some sort of schedule. Uh, but we do want to do one so that we can kind of, talk about a lot of the tournament stuff that we don't really get to talk about like right now. It's pretty much just uh, it's kind of just the Twitter images and the voting. Turkey says that we have recorded one episode as a test. It exists. Yeah, there's a tester out there, but we just haven't really like gone live.
Do you have a full list of like how many people are actually going to be in each episode, or kind of like what's the next episode going to look like?
We don't know what the next episode's gonna look like, but yeah, we have at least five
Okay.
people that we want in it. Because honestly, when that's another thing too. That's what I wanted from the beginning. The first thing I wanted with the society, I remember now, why I started the thing with Gabe is because I wanted to do a podcast with Gabe. I wanted to do a podcast with Gabe, and that's why we got Jim in on it. Turkey was there because he was on the stream, and Turkey was like super into it. Slayer's down for it, but yeah, that was my original thing for society, and it grew to something even bigger, which I'm so glad. But the podcast is something I really really wanted to do as something where we went over like champion designs during the podcast, like as Turkey said in chat, we wanted to do a boomerang design on call with Gabe and talk it out, and we thought that would be kind of fun.
Yeah, gotta be in that because I'm doing some cool stuff with the society on champ designs. I'm actually excited for that with Turkey.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. That's what we really want to do.
Right on, dude. Sounds like you guys have a lot planned for the next couple of months. Um, can you talk about any of the champs for the tournament that you have endorsed?
So, for me, here, let me pull them up real quick. I have them. So the ones that I have endorsed, I have seen them yet, but my official endorsements are Ikari, Blind Spot, Demogoblin, and Abigail Brand. I also endorsed Viv Vision because Viv Vision was one of my top champs on the last March Madness bracket that I really wanted to go far. But on this one, for me, probably my favorite here is Ikari. That you will be seeing soon. I think his match is actually coming up in the next week or two.
She's the next domino.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be sick. Ikari would be super sick. And I also endorse Viv Vision.
yeah. Vision is a cool character. I would really like to see her in the game.
Yeah, yeah, it would be super cool. Especially with the WandaVision coming out, there should be some tie-ins with their children, Viv and what was the other one? Sorry, I'm blanking.
The son.
Yes.
I always forget his name. Let me look it up.
Another speedball, but I'm pretty sure that's not
I
the
think that is
android.
it, isn't it? It's Viv and Viv Vision
Vin. Her
and
brother's name is Vin.
Vin.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I know you got the androids, and then you have the mutants. I know, like
Yeah,
Right.
the mutants, it's Speed and Wiccan.
Wiccan. Yeah.
Right.
Speed and Wiccan.
Yep. Okay. Um that pretty much about wraps it up for the episode unless you have anything, J-Ax.
Um. Yeah. No, I think that's it. Unless there's anything you want to talk about the future of society or your channel and the future of your channel specifically.
Yeah, if you guys all like to watch some MCOC streams, I stream at least 3 to 4 times a week. I try to shoot for 4 times a week on Twitch. I'll probably be doing dual streams now, Twitch and YouTube. I've been wanting to do that for a while. I just haven't pulled the trigger. And today was kind of a little tester, and it worked smoothly. So I might do it. I might do it more. Some days I might just do Twitch. Um, but yeah, you guys should come out. Come chat with us. We have a lot of fun. We do fun little challenges on stream as well. Turkey can attest to that, who made me use Quake the other day without any heavy attacks. So that was not fun, but we did stuff like that on stream. That's pretty fun.
That's awesome. So I guess one more quick question. Who are some of your favorite champs to use and who are some of your least favorite champs to use?
Start with my least favorite champ. My least favorite champ to use in this game. Man, this is actually a hard one. That's why I chose this one first. There's a lot of champions that I really don't like using, but probably the one that I would probably say that I need to use, but I hate using her is Quake. I know she's super overpowered, but I do not like her playstyle.
I use Quake all the time.
That's another reason why I don't really like using Ghost either, because they're just so overpowered. But I kind of got a little soft spot for Ghost the past couple days.
I'm gonna highlight a video for you and I'm gonna send it to you because I used Quake in me and Moose's incursions the other day, and she just melted somebody in like 30 seconds. It was so fast, and we were in room like 2, 3, or 4. It was just ridiculous. But I'll have to send it to you. Who are some of your favorite champs to use?
Actually, Slayer uses Quake because Slayer is a god with Quake. And then my favorite, honestly, I know he's an older champ, but my favorite champ to probably ever use is Archangel. I have loved Archangel since day one, since he came out. Dude, that guy melts anything. I use him. I have him at rank 4. I honestly have had no reason to take him to rank 5, even in Act 7 or Book 2. He just melts everybody, even at rank 4. It's like really disgusting how overpowered he is. But he's just so much fun to use and has such a cool design that I have to say Archangel. Like over everybody else, Archangel's probably there. And then of course Cable. Cable's just Cable's Cable. Cable time.
Yeah. I don't. All right. Is there anybody in the audience with any questions on your end or in the Discord chat? On YouTube, anybody?
Marcus, so who's your most wanted champ in the game? That's something I forgot to ask.
Most wanted champ right now probably has to be Apocalypse. Not to play as, but literally so I can bring Cable into Act 6 and Act 7.
Oh, sorry, no, like to be added to the game is what I meant.
Oh, to be added to the game, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
The
about.
next year, no.
I agree.
We have something coming. We have something coming for Noel through the society, hopefully soon. But yeah, I am one of the biggest Noel fans. I know pretty much almost everything about the symbiotes. So Noel has been a huge thing for me in the past year or two that he's been in the comics.
Yeah, I heard you
So
were getting a null
Oh,
tattoo, right?
oh yeah, dude, I'm getting that Venom tattoo as soon as coronavirus clears up a bit.
Sure, man.
yeah, dude. So that brings me to something. So, you saw that Christian Bale is gonna play Gore the God Butcher in the new Thor movie, right?
Yes, super hyped about that.
Okay, so with Gore the God Butcher, I don't know if you know this, he carries this blade, the All Black, which is also Null's blade. So there could be some tie-ins there. I mean, we don't know.
They
Well,
could 100% foreshadow Noel and Gore the God Butcher's backstory. 100% they
oh, easily because it's written in his backstory. That's how he gets the power of the the blade. You know.
Yeah, exactly. So like I wouldn't say 100% sure, but I'm almost certain that we will see some form of Noel in Gore the God Butcher's backstory if they decide to go comic accurate, which has me excited because usually in the past couple movies they really have been more accurate when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. But awesome, dude. Thank you, Marcus, for coming by and joining us on XN interviews. It's been a pleasure having you.
Yeah, thank you. It was awesome being on here and being invited to be on this little pod, man. I love it. I love it. I love listening, and for sure we'll continue listening to you guys because you guys rule. And Jack, seeing Jax here is super awesome as well, man. Super awesome.
Yeah,
Hmm.
thanks. Thanks, dude. We appreciate you coming by.
Yeah, thank you guys
All right.
for everything.
Everybody in the chat and JX, you guys all have a great night and enjoy your Saturday evening. I'll post when I can.
Yep. Or you can always come to my YouTube channel and check it out early.
Oh yeah, there you go. JX has got the YouTube channel going on. All right, so we'll get Craig out of here, and everybody have a great night.
Good night, guys.
You too.